Hello, everyone, and welcome to a visual novel called The Witch's Name. The Witch's Name has three endings. I plan to get all three of them. Let's go ahead and start the game. The Witch's Name. And figure out what her name is, whatever it is. According to the folklore, a long time ago, there was an evil, immortal witch in the village. When she was angry, her anger prevented the rain from falling and summoned the heat wave in a long, dry season. When she was sad, her sorrow would bring an endless rain until her tears stopped. And when she was bored, she would playfully summon a storm and tornado. With her magic power, she would also randomly curse the villagers so they fell sick. The villagers couldn't take it anymore. Around this time of the year, the villagers joined the force. They joined the force. And they captured the witch. They did a ritual to seal her power and exiled her into the depths of the forest. With that, the peace finally returned to the village. Or so they said. Still, the seal would be weakened in time. When her power returned, her wrath would bring disaster once again to the village. Thus, a certain ritual was held to seal her power once again. But since the witch wasn't here, a substitute was used. That substitute was me. Yeah, the substitute this time was me. That day, the village chief and a group of villagers came to my doorstep. Those people were wearing various expressions while avoiding my eyes. Guilt, indifference, relief, and I could tell one of them was trying to hold back a smile. Whatever they were here for, it was probably nothing good. The witch has once more brought down her curse upon us. That's why we need to hold the ritual to calm her wrath. Then the chief looked at me. Forgive us, Joan, but we need you to be a part of it. In an instant, I could grasp the meaning of his words. We have no other choice but to do this. This is for the village. Please understand, Joan. I couldn't respond, although in the first place, they didn't have any intention to hear my response. I felt like my blood was strained and my whole body became cold. The chief, with his old wrinkled hands, tugged my body and gently stroked my back. However, I couldn't feel any warmth, not in his eyes, not in his hug, and most definitely not in the pairs of eyes staring at me. Deep down, I knew it would eventually come to this. My reputation wasn't the best. If anything, it was probably the worst. I guess at that point you should have expected it. They disliked me because of my eyes. They said my eyes were scary. Apparently, the witch also had purple eyes, just like me. Not that they'd ever meet the witch, though. Some people even referred to me as the witch herself, but I was a human, just like them. Not a witch. I wouldn't bring disaster to the village. I couldn't curse someone. I didn't even want to do any of those things. This village was my only home. Still, they wouldn't believe me, even if I said so. In this village, I had no parents, no friends, and no allies. The only reason I was still allowed to be here was probably as insurance. So when the time came, they could offer me as a sacrifice to the witch. That moment actually came, as we just stated. This evening, the woman in the village dressed me in nice clothes, which I didn't have a chance to wear before. During the ritual, they made me stood in the middle of a strange circle and read a long prayer alongside them. After that, they served me some delicious foods and drinks. Somehow, I became sleepy. They probably mixed something there. Sleeping drug, for example. When I was unconscious, they brought me here, somewhere in the forest. Before I was completely out, I saw one of the women in the village look at me with pity. Then she said, "If you want to blame someone, blame the witch." Blame the witch, huh? I don't think that will change anything. Still, there's nothing I can do but sigh. I don't know how to go back to the village in the first place. The substitute isn't supposed to come back. After all, the substitute represents the witch. Just like the witch, the substitute was left somewhere in this forest. It was said that the substitute's soul would act as a medium to seal the witch's power. To put it blatantly, we substitutes are human sacrifices. But that was what has been keeping the village peaceful and prosperous, away from the witch's curse. I wonder if the ritual will actually work. I look at the sky. The sun has set and the sky is almost dark. Judging from it, I was probably sleeping for around an hour. No food, no drink, no light. They just served us a feast. But I'm already starving. There's nothing around me in the woods but trees. Once it's completely dark, I don't know what will become of me. If I'm unlucky, I might encounter dangerous animals. I bitterly laugh at my current state. Even after they told me that I would be named as the substitute, I never really tried to escape. I was holding on the hope that they wouldn't proceed with the ritual, or something might by any chance prevent the ritual to take place, or someone with a shred of humanity would save me. Until the last minute, I still hoped, so I must be a fool to believe in such a fantasy. Even now, I just can't get rid of my tiny little hope that someone will get me out of this place. I know it won't come true, but I just want to believe in something. Still, I can't just stay here. First, I should look for a place to stay tonight. I carefully walk around the forest to search for a place. The lack of lighting makes it difficult to see the path. Moreover, my outfit keeps getting stuck on something, making it even harder to proceed. I walk, and walk. Although I don't know where I'm heading, or where I'm supposed to go, I continue to walk. While walking, I pick up some edible plants and fruits to eat. I walk, racing with the light that continues to fade away. Without waiting for me to find the proper place, the night comes. It will be dangerous to walk around at night. There is no choice. I will just stay here tonight. I hope there won't be any dangerous animals. I sit down near a big rock and eat some fruits I picked before. As expected, when the night falls, it's getting chilly, even though I'm wearing a cloak and the coldness still seeps into my skin. I rub my hands together to make myself warmer, then examine my surroundings. My eyes have adjusted to the darkness, so at least I can see myself around to some extent. It's finally occurred to me. I'm alone. When I listen to my surroundings, there is only the sounds of nature. The sound of buzzing bugs, chirping birds, rustling leaves, and other resounding sounds of forest animals. Honestly, they sound spooky. The usual voices aren't here. No sounds of civilization, no human voice, no human presence. Shivers run down my spine. For the first time, I feel frightened of being alone. Although I was by myself all the time in the village, technically, I have neighbors. There were still people around me. I was never completely alone. Being all by yourself in the wild this is terrifying. I hold my knees and shut my eyes. I'm scared. If the witch really exists, if the villagers actually exiled her to this kind of place, doesn't that mean she has been all alone this whole time? If our village had been doing this ritual from time to time, then those substitutes, did they die alone somewhere in the forest? Alone in solitude? Am I going to die alone too? Perhaps it's because of the darkness and atmosphere, but my mind starts to cloud, as if enveloped by a thick fog. No, I don't want to. I don't want to be alone. I want to go home. Someone please help me. Please, someone. Father? Mother? I start to call out to anyone, but I cannot think of a name. That anyone is basically no one. Except the woods themselves. Anyone is fine. Even the witch is fine. If you are really out there, please, somehow, please save me. Suddenly a strong, cold wind blows. I open my eyes, stand up, and look around me. Somehow the surrounding atmosphere seems to change. The sounds that I have been hearing suddenly disappear, as if the world had gone silent. I haven't moved, but I feel like I'm in a completely different place. Or maybe different dimension. I don't know, it looks the same to me. What I can say is the forest becomes creepier. Suddenly I can hear the sound of broken twigs nearby. I quickly turn around to the direction of the sound. Someone appears from a nearby bush. It's a man with animal ears and a tail. Seeing his unusual appearance, I rub my eyes to make sure I'm not just seeing things. It turns out that I'm not. Is he a human? But what's with the ears and the tail? Are you a human? Hearing my question, the man laughs. A human? You gotta be kidding me. Do I look like a human to you? No. Right, I'm not. Then a ghost. No, you have legs. Then am I dreaming? Am I hallucinating right now? Or could it be, am I dead? Dead? What are you talking about? Why do you think so? Well, I decided to tell the man about what happened to me, and until now, about the ritual and about the witch. I see, as expected from them. He seems to know something about the villagers. Still in the witch's power with such ritual. Do you seriously believe in this? Actually, I doubt it. But it's been passed down as folklore in the village, and everyone believes it. I see. Fair enough. But I can't imagine the so-called witch would be defeating it with that kind of cheap trick. Cheap trick, huh? I guess it is. Anyways, no worry. As far as I can tell, you're still alive. And this is neither a hallucination nor your dream. Unfortunately, this is reality. I'm still alive? Thank goodness. But is it really a good thing? I bit my lip and shift my gaze downwards. I can't really tell if it's really okay. After all, I have no place to go and no place to come back. At least not until the bad things that happened to the village disappear. Maybe if I could somehow negotiate with the witch. One question suddenly appears in my mind, something that I or anyone in the village ever questioned before. Does the witch actually exist? The immortal witch had been labeled as a source of misfortune and disaster to the village, but no one in the village ever sees the witch. Nobody knows what she looks like. The thought that she probably doesn't exist makes my body tremble. If she doesn't exist, then what am I here for? What's wrong? I lift my head and stare directly into his cat-like eyes. Does she really exist? The witch, I mean? Maybe, just maybe, this person by any chance might know about the witch. Please, please say that she is real. Are you saying that you don't know about that? Even though you got sacrificed for the witch? Yes, unfortunately. The man laughs again. Human sure is stupid. Well, I couldn't agree more. After all, I'm also a human, a stupid, foolish being. She exists. She is? Yeah, she is. How can you be so sure? You're the one asking, but you're doubting me? Fine. I will tell you. I'm a demon. My eyes widened in surprise. I couldn't believe my own ears. A demon? Right. Never heard of one before? You said I don't look like a human. True. It's because I'm a demon. I shake my head. No one ever talks about the demon in the village. As for myself, I never thought about their existence before. About that? I'm sorry? The man claiming himself as a demon just shrugged. Demons exist as well as a witch. Good news for you. I even personally know this immortal witch you are talking about. He knows about her? Of course he does. Right now, I really hope my ears aren't playing tricks on me. I mean, I just heard something great. She exists! The immortal witch exists! I can't describe how relieved I am to hear that she is not just a made-up character. About the witch, you know her, right? Then do you know where she is? Please let me meet her. The demon tilts his head while looking at me with a furrowed eyebrow. You want to meet her? Yes, please. Why? Why? That's because I want to help the village. Huh? Right now, it's a very bad in the village. The crops haven't been looking good for these past years. We've had crop failures and not enough harvests. It hasn't rained for months. Our river and well are almost dry. There isn't enough water for irrigation and everyday stuff. Our food and water supply is depleting, and people are getting sick. Not to mention, there was a tornado recently. And you think those are because of the witch's curse? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I doubt she is the cause, but I'm not sure. That's why I need to see her. I have to meet the witch. I have to make sure whether she is the one causing all this or not. And if she is, I want to know why and stop her. My voice cracks out of nervousness. My hands are trembling, but I want to clearly tell him my intention. Maybe he will let me meet the witch. I look at him, hoping he will feel my desperation. But instead he laughs. In an instant, the demon moves closer. I don't even see him move, but when I blink, he's already right in front of me. Surprised, I take a step back. Are you dumb? What? The demon grins. I could see those fangs of his. They look sharper up close. Then he points his index finger at me. His long, sharp nails are an inch away from my skin. I can't help but shudder. Yeah, I mean, we already established I'm a stupid human being, right? Might as well be dumb and stupid, too. You got sacrificed, thrown into the forest, but you still want to help them? You should get mad, seek revenge, ask the witch to curse them or something. Show those villagers they are just reaping what they sow. Speechless. I can only stare at my own reflection in the demon's dilated eyes. There are hatred and frustration mixed in his gaze as he shouted at me. Maybe he was just doing a thing that a demon would do, whispering to do malicious things. However, it might be my imagination or my wishful thinking, but I feel like he is getting mad in my stead. Still, I cannot agree with him. To be honest, the things he said just now, they never really crossed my mind. But if I do that, they will hate me. Oh, girl, they already hated you for no reason. Let them give them a reason at least. Come on. I don't want to hate because I don't want to be hated. Even if I was ignored, even if I was disliked, I endured it. I didn't want them to hate me even more. I told myself that I shouldn't be greedy. I was fine with just being there, having a place to call home. Now that I'm here, I don't know what I feel. I just want to go back, but I have nowhere to return to but the village. If I can't convince the witch to help the village, maybe they will let me return. You know, that is possible. They sent you here, and that means they don't want you to return. I bit my lower lip in frustration. Even without him telling me, I already know that. But if I do something like that, I won't be any different from the witch. The demon frowns. The atmosphere surrounding him begins to change. He was smirking and laughing like a maniac a while ago, but there's not even a trace of a smile on his face right now. His eyes look like they are peeking deep into my soul. It feels like I'm gazing into an abyss. He raises his hand to touch his chin as he is thinking about something. I notice that his nails are somehow longer than before. I gulp. Now that I think of it again, if he says he is a demon, probably noticing my nervous stare, he smirks and licks the nail of his. The sight makes me even more anxious and scared. Suddenly he bursts into laughter. I'm both startled and confused by his action. Nervously, I take a step back, but in response he takes a step forward. Witch this, witch that. Shut up, will you? You guys don't even know anything about her. Huh? I guess we haven't introduced ourselves. I'm a demon also. I'm that witch's familiar. When I heard his introduction, my heart skipped a beat. The witch's familiar? Right. I am her loyal companion. Her black cat. Oh no. Doesn't this mean I was slandering his master this whole time? I didn't really say anything about her, did I? I said I don't know if she's the one causing all this, but maybe that's just me, denying that she had power. Oh, no need to be scared. I'm not mad at you, but she might be. I flinch as he hits Bull's eyes. The demon laughs as he takes some steps back. My fear is probably amusing to him. Still, I'm a little annoyed that you and those villagers talked about my witch like that. That's why, let's play a game. Huh? I said let's play a game. A game? I'm not sure if I follow. I will let you meet the witch, burn down your village, or anything you wish for. I will do whatever you say, but only if you win the game. If I lose? Well, if you lose, I will just leave you here, alone, like before. You are not going to eat me? Wow! Are you that confident that you will taste good? I bet someone as dumb as you will taste gross, though. I don't know whether I should be ill-relieved, because I won't be eaten or offended. That aside, this is perfect opportunity if I want to meet the witch. What do you say? Are you in? Sure, I will participate. I love the banter between them. I do. What's the game? Well, it's easy. You only need to guess the witch's name. The witch's name? Yes, your village told you a lot of stories about the witch, so it should be easy, right? You could start guessing now, by the way. I tried to dig my memories, but nothing comes to mind, now that he mentioned it. Even though I heard a lot of the bad things that the witch did, no one ever mentioned her name. That's weird. It's out of fear, isn't it? I can only look blankly at the ground. I don't know her name, but if I can't answer this, I can't meet her. What should I do? Okay then, if you are ready, let's go. The demon smirks and pulls something from the small bag on his waist. It's a small crystal emitting a dim light. Huh? What now? What are you so surprised by? Do you think I will make you guess out of nothingness? Huh? Are you not? That would be too boring. I mean, I bet neither you nor the other villagers know her name. And how? We use this. The demon shoves the crystal to my face. What is that? This is a fragment of the witch's memories. Her memories? Right. I told you right. You guys know nothing about her. Not her name, not how she is like, not how her life is. I don't like the idea of someone like that meeting my witch. That's why I'm letting you meet the pastor here. You should be thankful. For a demon, he sure said some good things. Anyway, let's do this. Well, wait. Without waiting for me, to get mentally ready, the demon grabs my hand. I feel like my consciousness is fading and my body feels light. The next second, everything becomes pitch black. When she was still alive, the witch's mother used to say that she shouldn't use her power. The witch shouldn't let others know about her power's existence. Once they knew, people would be scared. If she got found out, she would be hated. After all, many people couldn't accept things were different around them. Then she would lose her home, the place she belonged to. Of course, the witch didn't want that to happen, so she promised her mother that she would never use her power. The witch loved the village, the place where she spent her time and with her childhood, with her mother. She loved that place more than any faraway sea that her mother used to talk about. Okay. Slowly I feel my consciousness return. I feel like I just saw something, like a dream. I can not clearly recall it, but I think it belongs to the witch. Oi! Open your eyes already! When I open my eyes, I see a familiar scenery. Familiar, but something is different. This place? My village? The demon laughs. Yes and no. What do you mean? We are inside the witch's memories. So, this place is your village, but in the past. I see. So, where's the witch? The demon points at the woman who is headed towards our way. Suddenly, I remember that people in the village said that my eyes have the same color as the witch's. That woman, just like me, has purple eyes. It turns out that their words are true. My eyes followed her movements as she walked closer. The more I look at her, the more I doubt that she is evil, immortal witch mentioned in folklore. I thought the witch would look scary and arrogant, but she looks calm and docile. Excuse me. I tried to call out to her, but she didn't respond. Did she not hear me? To my surprise, the witch walks past me. She doesn't even look at me as if I'm a ghost. What? Seeing what I just did, the demon burst out into laughter. Are you dumb? Seriously, are you dumb? I told you this is just memories, but you went and tried to talk to her? Oh, please. Bewildered, I looked at the demon who was laughing so much. Look at this. The demon tries to grab the witch by his hand, decorate with long, sharp nails. If he touches her, those nails would definitely hurt her. My body moves on reflexes to stop the demon, but something weird happened. His hand passes right through her. We are just spectators here. We can watch, but we cannot interact with them. Of course, they cannot see us either. I see. After hearing this explanation, I sigh in relief. Then my focus shifted back to the witch. There are two men walking from the opposite direction. One of them is holding a sickle. As soon as they saw the witch, they smile. Good afternoon. Are you going somewhere? Oh, good afternoon. I need to deliver something to the chief. If it's the chief, I think he's still in the field. Yes. He looked really dejected about the crops. I mean, us too, but yes. Are they not looking good? Not a good harvest. Well, we did what we can, but the drought is just bad this year. I see. Anyway, the two of us need to get back. Yeah, thank you for telling me. No problem. See you later. The witch and the two men walk into the opposite direction. When the men are rather far away, I can hear them whispering. She is beautiful today, too, Miss M. True. Her look is better than most girls in the village. If only she would smile more. Haha, you are right. The men continue to chat as they walk away. Bruh, those guys want her to smile when she's like out here starving and stuff, because you guys can't produce successful crops. Come on. Neither the men nor the witch can be seen anymore, but my eyes are still fixated on the place where they exchanged words before. I can barely digest the information that I just got. The woman referred to as the witch doesn't look like an evil person at all. She also looks more on the friendly terms with the villagers. If anything, they seem to fancy her. What's wrong? No, I'm just confused. Confused? This is just the beginning, you know. There is still more to watch. I take a deep breath. He is right. It's still the beginning. No matter what I see after this, I need to confront it calmly. By the way, don't you forget your purpose here. Yes, I need to find the clues to guess her name. Glad you remember. Anyway, let's follow her. I run as fast as I can in order to catch up to the witch. The witch is sitting down on a bench next to an old man who looks old enough to be her grandfather. He is probably the village chief that they mentioned before. Between them, there's a box with food inside. Aunt asked me to bring this to you. She said you need to eat and rest, Chief. Thank you. This brings me back. Your mother used to deliver my lunch, too, with my daughter. Now that I look at you, you really resemble Ingrain, your mother when she was your age. Is that so? The chief smiles, but it soon fades. That time, things were not like this. The chief hangs his head down as he lets out a heavy sigh. I wonder what's wrong with this village. It has been like this for the past few years. Drought, crops failure, our well and rivers drying, the food is depleting, the sickness is spreading. It's just as if we are cursed. When I heard about the village's condition, I remember my own village. Going by the assumption that what happened to my village is the witch's doing, and she might not be the one behind this, too. However, I myself doubt that assumption. I mean, the so-called witch in front of me looks just as frustrated. I can see it clearly since I'm standing right in front of her. While listening to the chief, she bites her lower lip and clenches her fists. But why? I cannot figure out why she has such an expression on her face. I tried to lean closer to her. Why are you making a face like that? What are you thinking right now? Hey, I have so many questions for you right now. I know my words won't be able to reach her. My words will be left unheard. Still, I want to talk to her. I want to tell her that that I want to know more about her. What kind of person are you? Are you a good person or a bad person? Why are you different from what people said? Are you really the witch? I want to know her, the true her. Suddenly, everything becomes black. Before long, the scenery is back. Both I and the demon seem to be still in the past village. Looks like the memories ended like that. And now, we are on different parts of her memories. It ended so abruptly. Hey, that's why they call it fragments. Anyway, look. The demon points at the pink-haired woman. It's the witch. She is on the field with the black cat sitting on her lap. Upon closer inspection, she seems to be applying bandages to the cat's leg. It's really unusual for a cat to be in a place like this. Mr. Black Cat, are you lost? The cat meowed in return. For a moment, I thought the cat would speak in a human language. Of course they can't answer with a meow. After all, it's a cat. Are you alone? Me too. Despite knowing the cat can only answer with a meow, the witch continues to talk to the cat. The cat, as if understanding what the witch said, meows again. He comes closer to the witch and starts rubbing his cheeks on the witch, in which she gets a head pat. I look at the cat and then to the demon and back to the cat. I think I repeat it 2 or 3 times as the demon starts to look annoyed. What is it? Is that cat, by any chance? Somehow I have this feeling that the black cat in front of us is the demon. But the demon next to me looks more like a human than the real cat. And he doesn't meow, either. Right, that's me. Cute, right? But it's a cat. The demon giggled. It's not like I'm a demon from the start. Then, just shut up and watch. Hey, Mr. Black Cat, can I tell you something? Something is bothering me, but I cannot tell anyone about it. You see, I've been thinking, maybe I should use my power after all. My mother told me never to use it, but the village is in trouble. The villagers are suffering from the drought. They even start to call it a curse. There's no magical energy, so I don't think it's a curse. I can help them. I want to help, but I have to keep my promise to my mother. Mr. Black Cat, I don't know what to do with this guilt. The witch hugs the cat. As if trying to comfort the witch, the cat caresses her cheeks with his paws. Thank you. The witch puts the cat down, gets up, and tries to leave, but the cat follows her. What is it, Mr. Black Cat? You want to come with me? The cat meowed and proceeded to nuzzle his head on the witch's leg. Is that a yes? I see. Then I will take you with me. I heard a witch is usually accompanied by a black cat as her familiar. I guess you are my familiar now. Carefully, the witch lifts the cat up. A smile forms on her face as she looks at the cat. What should I call you? How about Aline? Oh, you like it? Then let's take care of each other from now on, Aline. My name is Aline. The name of the witch's black cat, as well as the name of the demon next to me. I don't know why, but that name somehow resonates with me. Why? I shouldn't have known the name. Just so you know, you're not allowed to call me by that name. It's reserved just for her. I understand, you simp. Now, you guys have a beautiful bond. I'm glad you found someone. That was when I said, that's what I said, but in truth, I feel a little disappointed. One more thing. If you are wondering whether my name has anything to do with her name, the answer is no. It's just a random name she came up with, just for me. 'Cause I'm her perfect little simp demon cat. I see. Anyway, how is it? Have your thoughts about her changed a little? It's confusing. I don't know what to believe anymore. Are you sure this is the witch's memory? It is. But even if it's a fake, it doesn't matter. That doesn't affect the condition of our game. You still need to guess her name either way. I see. Ready to answer? Not yet. He is right. My objective is to find out her name. I should focus on that, and yet I feel like once we get out of the witch's memory, something inside me will change. That in some ways scares me. Once again, everything becomes black. Maybe just like before, it's time to change the memory. This time, the people seem busier, but livelier than before. I look at my right and my left. The soil's damp, and I can smell the earth. The rain finally fell after months. I hope with this, the rainwater can replenish our water storage, even a little. Is the dry season over? No, it is not. It's the witch's doing. Huh? You might as well see it with your own eyes. Follow me. The demon turns his back and starts walking. I quietly follow behind him. We walk towards a quiet, secluded place in the village. It's a field of tall grass. I think in my village, this place is now used as a place for the ritual. Among the tall grass stands a woman figure, accompanied by a cat. Thank goodness the magic worked. This is my first time using magic after a long time. I was scared it would fail. After a long time? You weren't supposed to use magic at all. I thought you never used it. Ever. After a long time. The witch looks at her cat and smiles. You know, Aline, I've decided. From now on, I will use my magic to help the village. When it's in drought, I will make it rain. When it's raining a lot, I will make it sunny. I will use my magic to protect this village, to protect my home. I know my mother told me not to, but if it's for the village, she will forgive me, right? Across the field, I can only stare at her blankly. She used her magic to help the village. She said she wanted to protect the village. If this is true, then how did she become an evil being in the folklore I know? Well, someone probably stumbled upon her, misunderstood what was happening, probably blamed her for the quote-unquote curse, and then, you know, everything's a big misunderstanding and things like this. Just what happened here. You will soon know. That's my guess, at least. After he said that, the memory comes to an end. Then we move into another part of the witch's memories. When we arrive, the demon frowns. You better prepare yourself for this one. Okay. Because he said that, I became so nervous all of a sudden. I take a deep breath, bracing myself for whatever that might happen. From a distance, I can see the witch running while looking at her right and left. Her face is pale, and she seems to be out of breath, but she keeps running. Aline! Aline! Where are you, Aline? Aline! Aline, please, please, safe. From the look on her face, it mustn't be anything good. She doesn't look good. What happened? Why is she looking for you? Rather than talking to me, shouldn't you chase after her? You were right. Just as the demon suggested, we chase the rich. Then we arrive at the field with a tall grass from before. Somehow, this time there are many people gathered around. When they notice the witch, all their attention shifts towards the witch. That's her. I look at the villagers. The way they look at the witch, those gazes feel familiar to me. The same one as the people from my village gave me. The intimidating, judging look as if I'm an evil being. There is a visible confusion on the witch's face. She takes a step back from the intimidation. But then, her eyes widen when she looks at the ground. No way. A black cat lying on the ground. Aline! The witch immediately rushed to the black cat. Then she notices the cat is bleeding a lot. There are several wounds on his body. Aline! Aline! The cat is no longer moving, no longer breathing. The black cat, her familiar, is no longer living. The witch grows even paler. Tears begin to flow from her eyes and her cheeks as she holds her cat's lifeless body. Why, Aline? Why are you guys doing this to him? Why? That should be our question. What? We know your true identity. What are you talking about? You are a witch, aren't you? I saw you the other day. You were here with that vile cat doing something suspicious. Then, all of a sudden, it was raining. You and your cat must have been doing something behind our backs. I knew it. That. You have been manipulating the rain all this time, right? No. This is a misunderstanding. You must have put a curse on this village. This black cat must be a part of your curse, right? If not, what is a black cat even doing here in this village? I've never done such a thing. And Aline doesn't have anything to do with it? You witch, there is no use denying it. Just admit your wrongdoings. Wrongdoings? No, It's true that I am a witch. It's true that I can make it rain. See? She finally admits it. No, listen to me. I'm doing it for the village. For the village? Yes, I want to help the village. I can't stand it anymore, seeing the village suffering. So I've been trying to make the rain falls here. If so, then why now? If you could do something like that, why didn't you do it long ago? Why didn't you do something before things got to this point? That's because... Enough of your excuses, you witch. Witch! You witch! It's all your fault. Yes, your fault. Your fault. You witch. It's your fault. They continue to shout those words at the dumbfounded witch. She tries to help the village, but they accused her. She tries to explain herself. Nobody believes her. Not the villagers at the time, and not the villagers in the future. To think that I'm one of those makes my stomach churn. She cannot say anything in return, knowing that nobody is willing to listen to her. Then she just quietly carries the black cat's body away from that place. Shouldn't have admitted it. What in the world? I'm at a loss for what happened. My brain just stopped working. Hesitantly, I looked at the demon. Did the villagers kill you? They killed the cats. That's right. Huh? But why? I don't understand. The demon laughs. His eyes aren't. Just by looking at him, I could tell he holds quite a resentment towards those people. I mean, they did murder him for no reason. Humans would naturally fear the unknown. For example, magic and witches. The same applies to black cats. That's where superstition comes in. Superstitions writing on the wall. There are clearly superstitious writing on the wall. Oh, that's the only lyric I know. There are people who believe black cats can bring bad luck. I was a normal cat, though. My fur just happened to be black. I swear, you people are a bunch of idiots to believe in such superstitious writing on the wall. I shut my eyes tight. My head hurts. My stomach hurts. My heart hurts like it's being torn to pieces. I feel sick. I feel suffocated. I feel like I can't breathe. The witch, she was just like me. The things she experiences, they were also familiar to me. When I look at her, I feel like seeing myself. The pain she went through, I felt it was as my own. Is this the demon playing tricks on me, or is it really the past that I didn't know? What if it's the truth? Doesn't that mean everything about her that the people in my village said is a lie? I didn't know that I've been living under false stories this whole time. Didn't I unknowingly antagonize her too? The reason I played this guessing game in the first place is to meet the witch. But now that I saw all of these, I start wavering. What should I say when I finally meet the real her face to face? Can I ask her to help the villagers? Will she forgive them? Will she forgive me? The witch had a familiar, a cat with black fur and amber eyes. To the witch, who no longer had parents, the cat was her only family. The cat, too, loved her very much. However, their peaceful days didn't last long. Although it was to help the village, the witch broke her promise to her mother. When the villagers found out that she was a witch, they started to blame her and accuse her of their misfortune. The cat was furious. The cat knew that the witch was a very kind-hearted person. But the villagers didn't spare the witch, and definitely not her cat. They killed the cat and chased the witch out of the village. Even in his death, the cat loathes the villagers. The feeling was so intense that it begins to corrupt the cat's soul. Then he realized he had obtained an appearance close to a human. His soul was reborn as a demon, a being with a soul as dark as obsidian. The demon's name is Aline. Oi! What are you doing? Open your eyes already. When I open my eyes, we are in a different place. Looks like we moved memories, but my eyes were closed. When I look up, I found the witch kneeling on the ground. In front of her, there is a grave she made to bury her cat. I'm sorry, Aline. This is my fault. My mother was right. I shouldn't have used this power. Now, just as she feared, everyone hates me. It's not your fault. The one at fault is this language, Aline. I mean, those villagers is the one at fault, not you, my lady. Tips the hat. It's a fedora. My eyes widen in surprise when a familiar figure approaches. It's the demon. I rub my eyes and blink several times. Looks like my eyes are just fine. Then I look to my left. The demon is here. Huh? There are two of them. Not this again. When are you going to fix that dumb head of yours? I'm still here. That's one is my past self. Didn't I tell you that we cannot interact with the people in the past? My head was a mess for a while, so I couldn't think straight. Now that I calmed down a bit, I realized that he is right. The one next to me is the demon, and the one the witch is with is Aline. The witch shakes her head. The witch approaches Aline hesitantly. She touches the demon's signal on his chest. You being a demon is also my fault, right? No, it's not. But you stop blaming yourself. You didn't do anything wrong. I'm sorry. Don't apologize. Aline can only sigh. Anyway, what are you going to do now? They chased you out of the village. You can't go back there. I don't know. Should we burn the whole village down, or should we just curse them all? No! Why? Let's just teach those people a lesson. That they are just reaping what they sow. Aline, no swearing. But why do you hate the idea of revenge so much? If I do that, they will hate me. They already do. I don't want them to hate me even more. This exchange sounds awfully familiar. Then let's just forget about the village. Those villagers are souls anyway. Aline, I will be more careful. Anyway, how about we go on an adventure or something? I bet there are some interesting places out there. Or we can find the other witches. There's no way. You are the only one, right? Or maybe you can have somewhere you want to go. Hearing Aline's words, the witch blinks in confusion. We? You and I? Yeah. Do you see anyone else here? No, but you're going to go with me? Why? Aline laughs. You are quite dumb sometimes, master. Did you just call your witch dumb? I mean, I did. You are kind of dumb, still. I might be in the swarm. I no longer look like your adorable pet cat. But I'm still me. At least on the inside. I'm still your familiar. Your black cat, Aline. I'm not a stray cat. Wherever you are, my place is by your side. If not, where should I go? Hearing Aline's words, a smile forms on the witch's face. I see. Thank you, Aline. At least she isn't alone, right? Actually, there is a place that I do want to see. See? You actually have one. Yeah. You know, my mother loves this place called the sea. She said that it's calming and peaceful place. It's like an enormous pond, but with salty water. Everywhere you see, there is water, as if it's stretched to the horizon. She said that the sunset is especially beautiful there. When it's morning, the water looks blue just like the sky, but when the sun sets, the water changes in color. Even when she was here, she said she couldn't forget the sound of the waves and the sight of the water that sparkles under the sun. She loved it so much that she thought of the sea when she named me. Oh, that's a hint, huh? She wanted me to be a bright yet calming person, just like the sea in the morning. Sounds great. If that's where you want to go, I will accompany you. Aline grins and extends his hand to the witch. Shall we go then? To this place called the sea. The witch gets up and fixes her rumpled skirt. Then she takes her outstretched hand in front of her with a smile. When I realized suddenly that we are back in the forest where we met, looks like my previous memory is the last one, but I am still dazed, trying to process things. There is something weird from the memories. If the witch and Aline went to the sea, why is he here? On the place near the village he despises. Did they conclude their journey and came back? More questions are appearing inside my head. But before I can think about them, the demon's voice snaps me back to reality. Now that you've seen the witch's memories, what do you think? I clench my fist. At this time, all this time, I believed the folklore. I believed the witch was evil. No matter what the villagers did, no matter what the villagers said, I tried to forgive it. I tried to justify them all. When I saw the witch's memories, I think the villagers they were cruel. I think the villagers were too cruel. Why did they do those things without trying to listen and understand the witch? They just wanted to blame someone for their own misfortunes. My thought exactly. Honestly, I'm not sure what to feel and what is right or wrong anymore. There are many things I don't understand, but I will save it for later when I meet the witch. Mostly importantly, I need to guess her name. If I get it right, I can meet her. Then I can hear the truth from her own mouth. Okay, now it's time for you to guess. Marina? I'm gonna guess. What's the witch's name? Okay, I can do this. I'll try to remember the clues I had. Oh, goodness. Don't show hit. Okay, I'm ready to guess. Oh, I have to type it? I have to type it? I have to type it! This is awful. Are you sure about it? Wait, let me think about it again. I think the witch's name is possibly... Marine. Too bad, you got it wrong. Haha. Oh. Oof. Eh? Well, as promised, I will leave you here. Goodbye. No, please, don't leave me alone. Please. I don't have a place to go. I can't go back either. Please. Then why don't I just eat you? I can eat your soul. This is my food. I'm a demon after all. What? Now that I think about it, it's a great idea. To be honest, I'm tired of this. But hey, this way you won't be alone anymore. So do I... In an instant, everything turned black. I could feel something rip my heart. Literally. My consciousness is leaving me along with my body temperature. On my last moment, I can hear the demon's voice. You know, which is not actually not immortal and stuff. If you ripped out the heart like this, they can die. From now on, let's be together. Oh. Alright. Well, I guess I'll go back and guess Oh, what if I say they were just on edge? I think they were just on edge. I mean, there was a drought, the food shortage. They were frustrated, but had no one to blame, so they shifted it to the witch. But I guess they cannot understand the witch, not the witch herself and not her magic. You are too soft. Honestly, I'm not sure what to feel and what is right or wrong anymore. Yes. Guess her name. Okay, I'll look at the hint. Here are the clues I collected. One of the villagers called her Miss M. That's most likely her initial. The name of the witch's mother is Ingrain. That's not a hint. Alien's name doesn't have anything to do with her name. The witch's mother loved the sea. Yes. The witch's mother wished that her child grew up. Yes. I think the witch's name consists of 6 letters. My intuition. Okay. The demon smiled widened. Suddenly, the crystal on his hand shines very brightly. My consciousness fades away. All I can see is a pitch black. I feel like I am floating in darkness. My body feels so light. My chest begins to ache, like something is burning. When the pain subsides, it feels warm. Then, something starts pouring into my head like a waterfall. They flood my head, causing a terrible splitting headache. I know what they are. The witches. Morgan's memories. Yes. My memories. The witch's mother said she met her husband on the sea. He was a wizard. That time, he was floating and dancing with the waves, not noticing that someone was watching. Despite being a human, her mother loved that wizard. They got married and lived in a small village near the sea. Soon their daughter was born with a magic power just like her father. One day the village found out about the wizard's power. They captured him and put a stake in his heart and burned him, calling him an evil wizard. Unfortunately, his wife and his infant daughter managed to escape. Then they lived in a small village on the mountain. Afraid that her daughter would suffer the same fate as her husband, the witch's mother told her not to use her power. However, the witch broke her promise to her mother and got chased out of the village. As she traveled with her familiar Aline to the sea, she would often question her existence and her fate. She didn't hate her parents, not even her wizard father, but she couldn't help but contemplate. If they were all normal humans, would things turn out differently for them? The sea is as beautiful as her mother said. She went to many seas during her travels, but the sight reminded her of the peaceful days she spent in the village with her mother. She wanted to go back. She wanted to visit her mother's grave. Maybe, just maybe, she and the villagers could come into an understanding one way or another. So, she decided to go to the village despite her familiar's protest. On the way to the village, we met a girl. When she learned that I was going to my village, she looked shocked. You want to go to that village? Could it be you haven't heard about that? About what? October last year, that village was destroyed by a natural disaster. Huh? I heard it happened so suddenly that during nighttime, so they couldn't evacuate in time. I see. But maybe it was karma. Karma? That's right. That village has some nasty practice, like sacrificing humans. Huh? Apparently, there used to be a witch in that village. Witch? Yeah, they said that the village was cursed by the witch. When they chased the witch out, they said the village was peaceful, but only for a short while. They believed that the witch's power was back, so they started doing a ritual by throwing someone into the forest. That person would be a substitute of the witch, sacrificed to seal away the witch's power and curse. The girl paused. After a moment of silence, she hesitantly continued. I was the last sacrifice. After a series of rituals, they left me somewhere in the forest. Fortunately, I was saved by a group of people who were climbing the mountain. In a sense, being a sacrifice saved me from the disaster, and that's why I'm still alive. I'm terribly sorry to hear that. Thank you for telling me. Oh, right. Can I ask her for your name? My name is Joan. How about you? You can call me Morgan. The two of us shook hands. In that short amount of time, I used my power to read a part of her memories of the village. I clenched my fist on my other hand when I saw that she was telling the truth. Even in my wildest imaginations, I wouldn't have thought that the villagers would do these things. After hearing the news, Aline and I quickly went to the village. I ran, walking through the familiar path, which would lead me to the village. Except the path was muddy, and beside me, I could see the field was covered in soil and broken trees. Still, I ran until I arrived in the village, at least the place where the village is supposed to be. Gone. Aline, the village is gone. So what that girl from before said is true. The village was destroyed. It was more or less on the same level with the ground now. My energy suddenly drained from my body and I fell on my knees. Why? Why did this happen? I couldn't protect the village. The sacrificed people, the destroyed village, everything is my fault. If only I listened to my mother. If only I never used my power. They would never learn about witches. They would never have done those horrible things. If only I didn't leave. I might have been able to protect the village from the disaster. It is all my fault. Forgive me. Please forgive me. No, you are wrong. What happened here isn't your fault. I will tell you over and over again. It's not your fault. None of those things are your fault. You have no obligation to stay and protect the village. At least not after what they did to you. Seriously, what is your obsession with this place? I don't get it. Aline seemed to be saying something. He sounds mad, but I couldn't catch his words. I wasn't in the right mind to listen. Then I stood up. Maybe with magic, I can do something. I stretched my hand out and tried to focus my magic on the right hand. On the air, a magic circle appeared and the destroyed village began to shine. What are you? You know, Aline, despite everything, I love this village. I heard my mother when she had nowhere to go. I heard from my mother when she had nowhere to go, this village welcomed us. They let us stay and treated us well, as if we were their family. My childhood here was a happy one. Even when my mother passed away from illness, everyone had been nothing but kind to me. That's why I can't just give up on a place like this. I should be able to do something with my witch power. What are you doing? You know you cannot bring back the dead. Do you want to turn back time or something? If I could, it would be nice. What? Hey, are you out of your mind? Stop it, Morgan. His protest fell on deaf ears. I tried to remember the village, the scenery, the faces of the villagers, and also the time I spent there. But I realized that I didn't know the condition when I was away. So I combined the village in my memories and the one I saw in Joan's memories. However, that time I could feel my head was getting blank. From a distance I thought I could hear someone calling me with a name I didn't recognize. When our memories got mixed up, I probably mistook her memories as my own. I thought a part of her memories, her appearance and her name were mine. But now I remember, I'm not Joan. Joan is not my name, not my identity. My name is Morgan, a witch. Finally you are back. Do you recognize me, my witch? I remember everything. I remember everything now. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Aline. Yeah, you should be sorry. I tried so many things to wake you up. It's troublesome, honestly. You have to know how many times I repeat the same things over and over again, trying to find a way to break your spell. What do you mean? You create a separate dimension on the village's location. Domain expansion, if you will. But you ended up being sucked into that dimension, leaving a crystal of your memories somehow. Separate dimension? With the memories of the earth and your memories, you managed to recreate the village. The villagers were here too, but they were simply the memories, not living beings. You are the only one alive there. I see. But the village was trapped in a time loop. Time loop? Yes. The village had been experiencing a year before it got destroyed over and over again. Since you are a part of it, I think you are now affected too by the reset. Anyway, I could see the village from the outside, but when I tried to enter, I couldn't. Maybe because we weren't in the village around that time frame, so the dimension rejected me. There was nothing I could do unless you were out of that place. The time you were in the forest was my only chance. But you don't even remember me. Even worse, you didn't even remember yourself. You called yourself Joan. Who the hell is Joan? I see. I met this girl called Joan to ask for directions when you were off to get something. She was the sacrifice. The things you saw, the things I experienced in that dimension, they were Joan's memories. Those were hers, I see. I think I could get inside the village because I confused myself with Joan at that time. Most likely. Joan, I indirectly caused her pain. Not only her, but the others too. I didn't know how many other sacrifices were there, or was there anyone else other than her, but wherever you guys are, I'm really sorry. I hope you find happiness and peace. Then I looked at Aline, my cat, my familiar, my demon, the one who is always by my side. Even after his death, he came back to me, even though it was my fault that the villagers killed him. I caused him a lot of trouble. I left him, but he remained. The fact that I regained myself is also thanks to him. Aline. Thank you. Aline laughs. Hey, I'm your familiar. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to. Even so, thank you. I promise I will reward you. A demon doesn't need to be thanked, but I will take the reward. Sure. Then what are you going to do? You are already out of the loop, but I don't think the dimension will disappear just like that. Yeah, I know. I need to clean up my mess. I need to move on. Aline and I go to the village. It looks normal at a glance, but upon closer inspection, there is a thin layer barrier which separates the two dimensions. When I touch it, it caused a ripple. I take a breath, deep. I love the village, but this is not what I'm intended to do. That time, I simply couldn't accept the truth that the village was gone. They went and gone like that before. I could come to terms with my own feelings. But because of me, many people got hurt. Joan, the sacrifices, Aline, and even myself. When I saw my own memories, thinking it was someone else's, I came to realize for the first time that I actually felt hurt. All this time I denied my own pain. I was running away from my feelings. I loved the village, but they did many horrible things. If the village continued to exist until now, there is no doubt that there will be more casualties. For something that I didn't do. For something that wasn't even true. They did those things. Maybe Joan was right. It was karma for the pillage. But that's enough. I have to let go of the past. I have to accept the present and move forward to the future. That's why this fake village I created should be gone too. Goodbye, my home. Then the other dimension is gone. The scenery in front of us changed back to the destroyed village. It's back to normal. Yeah. Now what do we do? Should we go for another trip? I want to stay here. Hearing my response, Alien's eyes widened in surprise. Huh? You see, Alien, I want a place I can call home. But that village doesn't accept me. At least not with the witch me. And as I thought, this place holds a special place in my heart. That's why I want to clean this place up, do a proper ritual to respect the dead, and build a house here. I see, if that's what you want. But are you sure about this? Aren't you only living alone in a place like this? Alone? What are you talking about? You will be here with me, right? Of course. And I am not alone, because I have you. My cat, my familiar, my demon, the one who is always by my side, Aline. Hearing my words, just as always, Aline laughs. Oh. There's two good endings, you know. That's one. I suppose that the bad ending is the one where I get my heart ripped out of my chest and the demon eats my soul. So how do I get a another good ending, the second good ending? That's what I'm on about. Well, probably. I'm not quite sure, but I guess there is possibility that might work. I see. Fair enough. But I can't imagine this so-called witch would be defeated with that cheap trying to trick. It's possible. I'm not sure about it myself, but it's possible. That's why I need to see her. I have to meet the witch. They were cruel, I will say. I just wonder if the, if my answer affects the outcome. Because the last time I was too forgiving, this time I'm gonna be like, yeah, they sucked, they were cruel, let's see what happens. I feel like, I wonder if that's the reason that it got affected. I do like this backstory stuff too. I like that we get a whole bunch of backstory. We even get the mom's backstory, and she's smart. Mom's a smart lady. Falling in love with a wizard. I think that's smart. Yeah, if someone were powerful like that, I think I'd fall in love with... Let's have magic kids together. Why not? Yeah. Everything's your fault. Got it. Yeah, they gave you a happy childhood, and then they killed a bunch of people. Yeah, we got stuck in a time loop, all that stuff. Honestly, I like the twists. I do. I like it. I can't say I was expecting it, to be honest. Sounds great. Yeah, let's go on a trip. Where do you want to go this time? Sea again? Ocean? Volcano? What about you? Do you have anywhere you want to go? Me? Yes, I'm the one picking the destination before. Now it's your turn. We can go wherever you want to go. I told you, I will reward you, remember? Then there is something I do want to see. Yeah, just say it. It's the world's biggest ball of yarn, because I'm a cat. So I heard something from a witch who was passing by around here. She was also the one suggesting me to make you remember your name. She said around this time there is an event called Halloween or something on the town. Halloween? Yeah, people will decorate the town with pumpkins and dress up like demons, monsters, and witches during that time. We could just walk into the crowds without being suspected. That's interesting. Right? Oh, she said that she lived in a town in the north. The Halloween celebration in her town is quite grand, according to her. Once you regain yourself, she told me that we can visit her. We should pay her a visit then. I need to directly thank her. But after that, where should we go? Well, up to you. I will follow you wherever you go, even to the end of the earth. Yeah. Thank you, Aline, for always being with me. For everything. Hearing my words, just as always, Aline laughs. I knew it! I knew it, that's how you get the other ending. You have to be like, yeah. Murderers? Man, they suck. It doesn't matter why. The paranoias, that's their stuff. That's their own stuff to deal with. The the fear, yeah, they're afraid, sure, but we could have had a decent conversation. We could have prevented that fear. We could have talked it out. But but it was a different age, you know. They don't understand magic. No one understands magic. Are you kidding me? They don't understand her intentions. They're not therapists. They're not. They're stupid humans. Yeah, they're not highly intelligent. You know, like us, modern age citizens are. Our modern age citizens don't believe in witches. Witches aren't real. They don't. There's no magic. What are you talking about? Except for the like, there's a bunch of people like who believe they're witches. Um, who knows if their magic is real or not? It could be. Could be. I don't know. I don't know anything about modern age witches. Have you ever been cursed by a modern age witch? Let me know in the comments below. I don't know. um, that was the witch's name. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the writing. I enjoyed the story. I I did not expect the twist, and that was good. That was good. I liked the outcome, and I just thought it was a very cool concept. So I'm glad I got to play it. I hope you guys enjoyed this visual novel, and please feel free to check out and support the creator. Link in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.